Yeah, police, we are concluding in 5 minutes. Yeah, man, say that, brother.
I realized that in life, opportunity comes once. When Bobi Wine was campaigning in Western Nile, he got an interpreter to interpret for him. And the interpreter used that chance to also pass in his message. I remembered when you have a talent and you are given a spark or a chance to do something, you have to make sure that you do it to your own benefit. So this interpreter was hilarious. Let me tell you. When Bobi Wine was campaigning in Madi, this interpreter overwhelmed very many people. He even had a chance to do what? To pass on his message. Ordinarily, when you're on a platform and you are picked as an interpreter for someone, you must interpret exactly what he says, okay? Without going off the script. But this interpreter first stopped interpreting Robert Chagulani's message and he went on to pass his message, which was, by the way, brilliant. In fact, let me first play with the tape of this young man.
Yeah, police, we are concluding in 5 minutes. Yeah, man, say that, brother. Now let me say this. We cannot give you money to buy you. We cannot only give you one thing. That is a promise of our integrity to you.
Do you know? Outside Modesta 85, the NRM government came with 60 million. They wanted to buy me off the race. And you have to pay it to Marasa district. Eyo zimani muzubari ni nizurande monkoborisi emetitasi monkoborisi eziki milioni kaliasia lekekene makureti tsa akine bade aparaka midere
Thank you for that information.
Ake masete na simani roba aso pensi ta uruba eyo azi badara sobera. Let me tell you, in Marasa here they construct a bridge. Even before the bridge is finished, the water has already swept it away. It is only in the Marasaya.
That is the young man, the candidate I think is standing as a LOC5. What I've clearly noticed is that the revolution is being led by young people. Those are, if you look at that young man, he may be even below 30 years. The revolution is moving. They know what they want. And that is West Nile. And one of the regions that has made a very good reception for Bobi Wine is West Nile. West Nile, by the way, welcomes each and every candidate. In the last election, I was even surprised that Bobi Wine got an overwhelming welcome despite the tear gas, the bullets. But we didn't have a candidates there. I keep on telling people that in such regions, you must have candidates there. And this time around, NUP has candidates in West Nile. In the last election, there were few. Today, West Nile has even had LC5 chairperson, councillors and MPs. It shows that they will keep the fire burning. Even when Bobi Wine concluded his campaign, because I think he concluded in Obongi, so he has to travel back to Kampala. He had to use a ferry to go to Adjumani and maybe later go to Kampala. And even at night, my friends, people were still fired up on the streets. They are all over chanting and dancing revolutionary songs. In fact, let me first play a clip of what happened. Here's the... So that is the goodbye. I would have called it the welcome, but the goodbye from West Nile when Bobi Wine was leaving Obongi. So you see the young people, since history, young people have always been on the forefront of bringing good governance and change and constitutionalism in each and every country. Let nobody lie to you that anything can come to be fruitful when the young people have not been engaged. And dictators across the country fear the young people because young people have nothing to lose. They can sacrifice to build the future. Even in the 1980s Bush War, generally was headed and executed by young people. Majority of them were between 18 to an extent, some were juvenile, 15 and 16. Their commander was barely in his early 30s. It's the reason why even when they captured power, the army commanders, Mugisha Muntu became army commander when he was 28, thereabout. etc. Other commanders were in their 20s. So dictators across the country fear the energy of the young people. That's why they are doomed. That's why we must continue pressing so that we can get good governance. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kabir Sulaiman Mawaga, the next MP for Makindi constituency. See you on another one. Peace.